Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube, and today we are talking Bitcoin in the market. What is going on? So with that said, we need to look at Bitcoin and its historic run up, and we have to try to figure out what is the best possible outcome for Bitcoin at this moment in time, because we can see that Bitcoin is sticking to this trend line. So with that said, Bitcoin needs to be very careful progressing forward. And I would like to suggest that one of the best possible outcomes for Bitcoin at this time could be the potential development of a ascending triangle. Now, this would involve Bitcoin traveling down to this $37,000, $38,000 level and pulling some sort of crazy reversal and basically swing into the upside and downside as time progresses into December. Hopefully, this is what is happening. But if we break this Fibonacci channel trend line here, the bets are off for Bitcoin right now. I'm trying to give people a glimmer of hope in what is going on. So with that said, this could be a significant possibility. And let's just go ahead and see if we can find any Fibonacci time sequence in or around that area. This makes sense to see time sequence showing up like this. So let's go ahead and really dial this in. So this time sequence predicted this fallout here. We have something that's going to reverse possibly, or something's going to happen on September 26th, September 27th, kind of like what I was talking about before. But, you can definitely see how these time sequence later on, this would be a perfect place for price action to start leaving this ascending triangle. So I'm hoping we're going to find out, though, quickly. Maybe September 27th, 26th, we will see price action kind of wander down to this level. Whether or not we reverse or not, or if this time sequence is even referencing this possibility, nobody knows. For all we know, it could go like this. With that said, only time will tell as to what is going to happen next. But let's get into CKB here. I did pull a random live stream last night. We kind of went over some of the coins, possible price points to look for them, falling to, etc., etc. Bitcoin seems to be just kind of chilling right now, so we have that. But it does appear that CKB is clinging to the 61.8, forming a symmetrical triangle. That's usually never a good sign to see a symmetrical triangle form off a nasty bear leg. That just means enough people have bought the dip to kind of slow things down, but we really aren't making any significant forward progress to the north side of price action. So I would think that we would still continue to see a corrective wave to the downside if something major doesn't happen here. I do think that this will likely go down before it goes up, but this is kind of a coin flip right now. This is, you think about these bear legs and seeing these symmetrical triangles form at the end of them, and it's just such a telltale sign that the trend will continue. Here we kind of have something very similar. We got the symmetrical triangle, we saw a little bull trap here, and we moved lower. So it just kind of depends on what what Bitcoin does at this point. So look for CKB to be trading within 0.0152 to 0.011 in the next day or two. So we've got that. We've got that. Let's look at Voyager token, see where this thing is sitting at. Voyager token. Token burn, as far as I know, happened yesterday. I really haven't heard much about numbers or anything like that. But as you can see, if it did happen, there was no significant impacts here, at least short term. This could impact it long term, quite nicely though. But on the 4-hour chart, which we are on, Voyager token is kind of making its way up through this cloud, which is a good sign. I would love to see Voyager kind of set up some sort of bullish pattern above this cloud to move back to the upside. $3. Look for this to be trading within $3 to $2.32 over the next day or two. There's just not a whole lot going on with Bitcoin kind of slumping right now. Let's look at Bitcoin. And so we can see Bitcoin really does look like the CKB chart. We have a nasty little bear leg, and we can see price action squeezing. And so that's just usually a reference that price action will continue in the way it was moving prior to the formation of the symmetrical triangle. And we can kind of go into detail on this really quick. So here it is. We can kind of just see this symmetrical triangle just kind of going like this. And there it is. And, it'll be interesting to see what happens next. I do think that we will see Bitcoin maybe make a move here, or it has already kind of started to make a move. But I'm hoping we should know something by maybe noon the next 4 hours with Bitcoin, which way it's going to go. Yesterday's descent was a really nasty one, starting on September 19th. The bottom just kind of fell off, and there we go. I mean, we are here now. So as far as Bitcoin is concerned, let's look at this on a 12-hour chart. Get rid of some of this junk. And we can definitely kind of see how bulls and bears are tugging away. But the bears are in control still, obviously, even with this little Ichimoku cloud candle. Even with this Heiken Ashi candle, it's early, but we can see the consolidation. There's no wick on the top, so that means the bulls during the last 12 hours have not made any progress in reversing this candle or price action to the upside, and they haven't done so since September 19th. Actually, September 18th was the last 12-hour candle that this happened. So, clear doji star showed up, and the rest was history. So, doji stars are very nice at predicting reversals, as you can see. But, I think a test of this 200 moving average is in order, around 40,800 for Bitcoin at this point in time on a 12-hour chart especially. There's just really no catalyst stopping Bitcoin, in my own opinion. RSI is at the point where we could go lower again. Stochastics can just ride it out down here. We are under the 50 moving average, so I would assume Bitcoin trades within this 50 moving average to 200 moving average in the short term relatively. So with that said, I just wanted to get this video out early. Kind of explain to people that, things are still looking shifty. Here's a chart of Ethereum. Me and Crypto Airborne came up with this little hypothesis on Ethereum that it could be in some sort of falling wedge ready to explode to the upside sometime in October, but it has to maintain coverage within this channel. So we will be following ETH a little bit just to potentially make a trade, but if this thing keeps heading down, this is off the table. So with that said, I hope everyone has a great day. We'll put out another video here later on.